Welcome to the XFL Simulated on EA Sports. Today we've got another Week 6 matchup for you. It is the 2-3 DC Defenders hosting the 0-5 Dallas Renegades. Both these teams have struggled this season, especially Dallas. They've had a real issue going on there on the offense. Neither quarterback has stepped up for them. On the other side, DC, they've been very inconsistent. They blew out Tampa Bay 2 weeks ago, and then last week they got blown out at home by St. Louis. So it'll be really interesting to see what DC comes up with today. Cardale Jones, he was supposed to be the face of the league coming in this season. He hasn't done a whole lot. Some games he's been great, and then other games he's been flat. Last week, he had a 0.0 QB rating. He only threw for 11 yards and was picked off twice by the Battlehawks. So it'll be interesting to see how he fares today against a relatively weak Dallas Renegades defense. Something else to note, on the Dallas side of the football, their quarterback, their situation there has been pretty awful. Landry Jones started the first 3 games, and he had a mere 66 QB rating. He threw for 3 touchdowns, but threw 4 picks. He wasn't great. But then Philip Nelson came in. He started the last 2 games, and he threw only 1 touchdown and threw 5 interceptions. So messy with both quarterbacks. Landry Jones is going to be getting the start again. But we're getting ready to get underway here in DC as McGinnis kicks it away, and the defenders get the football. Holloman on the return, and he's going to bring it up past the 25, give it the 27. So DC's offense will be starting, and again, they have been very inconsistent, especially Cardale Jones. Against Tampa Bay, he had a 138 rating, he threw a touchdown, ran for 1. Actually, no, he threw for 2 touchdowns, ran for 1. He did really well. But last week against St. Louis, he was missing throws. He never found his rhythm. So we'll see what he can do here against Dallas. The Renegades defense has been pretty good the last couple of weeks, but their offense hasn't stepped up. 1st and 10 from their own 27 to start this game. Jones, he's going to give it to Pumphrey, and he's going to be met right away. Winston Craig on the tackle. Now a look at this DC offense. This line, they've been pretty decent. They've held up well. They've given Donnell Pumphrey quite a few holes. And Pumphrey, he's had a great year, leading the league in rushing through week 5. He's been excellent, 410 yards on the ground. See if he can keep that up today. And the wide receiver position, they have a lot of weapons. Rashad Ross, DeAndre Tompkins, Eli Rogers, and then tight end Kari Lee. Jones has a lot of targets. 2nd and 9 from the 28. And on the draw, it's Donnell Pumphrey who finds a hole, and he breaks loose. Donnell Pumphrey on the second play of the game. 30, 20, 10. Can he go all the way? He will. Touchdown, DC Defenders. What a way to start this football game. Donnell Pumphrey. Unbelievable. 71 yards. Taking it to the house. And again, we just mentioned that offensive line has done a great job creating holes for Pumphrey, and he just found it there. DC opens the game with fireworks. What a play. Tyrasa knocks through the extra point. And just like that, the defenders take a 7-0 lead right off the bat. Donnell Pumphrey. 2 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown. Wow. Pep Hamilton has got to be happy with that. Last week, again, their offense was awful. They couldn't even pick up a first down until the second quarter. Late in the second quarter, so to start off like that with a bang, that's what DC needed. We'll see what the Renegades have here in response, but Dallas, again, they're 0-5. Their season's almost over. Especially since every team in their division is above 500, so can never give up, though. Austin Walter back to return as Tyrasa will send it away for DC. And he's going to take it out of the end zone. Decent return, past the 20 up to 21. And now we get a look at Landry Jones and this Dallas offense. Dallas, they have really struggled this year. Landry Jones, he opened the season, played the first 3 games. The first game, he was pretty good, but the next 2 games, he really faltered. Threw only 3 touchdowns, threw 4 picks. See what he can do today, because the Philip Nelson experiment was an absolute disaster. See if Jones can come out and at least give this offense some sort of boost. Because the last, pretty much, honestly, since week 1, their offense has done practically nothing. 1st and 10 from their own 21. Off play action, Landry Jones looking to throw across the middle, and that is dropped. Jeff Badette drops it, and that's not a good way to start for Dallas. So the offensive line, they haven't been great. They've been okay. Jazz Ferguson, Cameron Payne, Donald Parham, Jeff Badette. Dallas has a lot of targets as well, so it's surprising that their offense has been so lackluster. Donald Parham actually is the leading tight end with receptions through 5 weeks. He has 367 yards through the air. That's really impressive there. Jones, 2nd and 10 from the 21. He's got time. Gonna let it go, and that is caught. Jazz Ferguson on the catch. That'll bring him up to the 38. Jazz Ferguson had really vented his frustration with the quarterback play last week, so I'm sure Landry Jones is definitely going to be trying to make some stuff up to him today. And he hits him there for a nice gain of 17. 1st and 10 from the 38.
You ready? 53, Mike.
Cameron Payne, he's been very good this year. Last week, 86-yard run for a touchdown against New York. See what he can do today. His first carry, and he's going to go way backwards. Losing 6 on the play. DC read that all the way. Barnes on the tackle. The defender's defense makes a big play. And he thought he could go backwards and get around Barnes, but no, that wasn't the case. He ends up losing a few more on the play than what he would have already lost. He's going to bring up 2nd and 16 for Dallas. From their own 32, we'll see what Landry Jones can do here in a backed up situation. Jones is going to give it to Payne again, and this time he's got some room. He's going to get it all back and way more. 11 yards on the carry, up to the 43, and it's going to set up a manageable 3rd and 5 for Dallas. So, a couple decent plays here on this opening drive. We'll see if they can get a big 3rd down conversion. 3rd and 5 coming up. Jones pumps it, and he's going to go deep across the middle, and that is caught! Oh! And it comes out. Ferguson couldn't hang on. That was a beautiful throw from Landry Jones, and it's a shame Ferguson couldn't hang on. He had it and just couldn't hang on. Those are the types of plays that Dallas has just struggled to make all year long. And yes, the quarterback play has been pretty poor, but last week the receivers had a combined 6 drops. So that doesn't help out your quarterback much either. And now Drew Gallett's out to punt. So disappointing finish to what looked like to be a decent drive for the Renegades. And this punt is going to go too far, goes into the end zone. DC's going to come back at their own 20. This defender offense opened up with a bang to Nell Pumphrey. He's been insane all year, and something interesting to look at here in this XFL East playoff race. Tampa Bay's 2-4, New York is 1-5, so even though DC is 2-3, a win here really gets them ahead because they beat New York and they beat Tampa Bay. So, a win here, and they're in pretty good shape for the playoffs. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Jones, they're going to keep it on the ground. Pumphrey maybe gets back to the line, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. A look now at the Renegades defense. They've got some weapons. Winston Craig, Frank Alexander, those ends, they've been great all year. Ray Davidson, Asante Brown, they've been pretty decent at the linebacker position. Josh Hawkins, Treston Decoud, they've been locked down at the cornerback position. They shut down Josh Johnson. Last week, they did what they could against Jordan Ta'amu, but again, when their offense couldn't get anything going, the defense cannot hold up every single drive. So, 2nd and 10 coming up now for the defenders. And Donnell Pumphrey's going to get the ball again, and he's got another big hole. Pumphrey, that's a first down all the way up to the 31. This defender rushing game, very effective to open up this ball game. Cardell Jones hasn't even thrown the football yet. Gives him the delay. What a spin move by Pumphrey to get the first down. And again, this is the one issue with DC. They're inconsistent. They looked like this 2 weeks ago against Tampa Bay, but last week they looked awful. So see if this offense can at least keep it up throughout this game. In motion, they've got to get the ball off quick, down to 1 second on the play clock. They will, and it's a run again. Pumphrey up the middle. It's a gain of 3. Going to set up a 2nd and 6 for DC. We'll see if Cardell Jones gets his first throw of the game. Second and 6. And it's a give to Pumphrey again. Gain of 1 or 2, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. So DC, they've run the ball every single play so far to open up this game. We'll see if they decide to pass it here on 3rd and 5, but I would assume that they would. See what the play call is from Pep Hamilton. 3rd and 5. In motion again, they're not going to get this off. He just does. Under heavy pressure, and he's going to miss the man there. Dallas breaks right through with penetration right away. It's going to bring up a 4th and 5 for the defenders. Looked like they were trying to set up a screen. I don't know if that was the original play call. But Dallas's defense steps up and makes a big play. So Niswander on to punt it away, and Dallas will get the football back. This is going to be close, and what a stop. The defenders, special teams, make a big play. All the way down at the 1-yard line. So Landry Jones and the Renegades offense coming back out there, now backed up at their own 1-yard line. We'll see what they have in store on their second drive of the game. And they had a couple positive plays last drive, but they just couldn't finish it off. We'll see what they can do now. Packed up at their own 1. First and 10 from the 1. DC is dangerous in these situations. They had a safety a few weeks ago against LA, and almost another one. Cameron Payne barely gets out. That was close. And this defense, Tracy Sprinkle, Anthony Johnson, Jay Bromley, they're fierce. Jonathan Celestine, AJ Tarpley, Jamar Thurman. These guys are all legitimate threats. Raheem Moore, Desmond Lawrence, Elijah Campbell. This defender's defense is pretty dang good when they have everything going for them. Second and 10 from the 1. And Artis Payne gets the carry again, and he is bottled up. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Landry Jones is going to have to make one heck of a throw here to get him out of this. Third and 10, and they're going to keep it on the ground. Artis Payne going to fight his way up to the 6. And honestly, it's not the worst play call there, because you do not want your punter backed up at his own 1. This gives him at least a little bit more space. It's going to set up a 4th and 4 and an inevitable punt for Dallas. Gallett's back out there to punt for the Renegades. And he will send it away. Decent punt. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 48 for DC. So the defenders' offense coming back out there, and they've been running the football pretty much all game long, and it's no surprise they open up the game with a 71-yard rushing touchdown. Donnell Pumphrey has been fantastic on the ground, but Cardell Jones, he's going to have to step up and start making some plays now in the passing game. They've got great field position here at their own 48. We'll see what they can do. 1st and 10. Jones takes a snap. He's going to look to throw, and that is caught. Good catch by DeAndre Tompkins. He's going to bring up 2nd and 5 from the Renegades 48. It's a good pass to get Cardell Jones started, get him into a rhythm. See what he can do. Again, he's had a pretty rough season. Very inconsistent. Last week was miserable for him. We'll see what he can do this week. 2nd and 5. Pumphrey will get the carry, and he's going to have another 1st down and more. It's a foot race. Another huge gain for Pumphrey. 28 yards all the way down to Dallas's 20. And he's got 117 yards rushing. We're not even through the 1st quarter. That's incredible. This Renegades defense has 0 answers for Donnell Pumphrey. Wow. 1st and 10 coming up from the Renegades 20. Jones is going to give it to Pumphrey again. Why not? He's going to spin his way for a gain of 1 or 2. He's going to bring up 2nd and 8 for the defenders. And their running game has been unbelievable this game. 2 weeks ago against Tampa Bay, we saw the same amount of production. Pumphrey had 199 yards on the ground, which was crazy, but at this rate, he's going to beat that today. On the give again is Pumphrey. That's a gain of about 4, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5 from the Renegades 15. Pep Hamilton favoring the run so far to start this game, and I guess during the week they saw something in film because they are running all over this Renegades defense. Very effective on the ground. 3rd and 5 coming up, and it's going to be the end of the 1st quarter. The DC defenders with a 7-0 lead after 1. This is a must-win for DC if they really want to start making a playoff push. They're sitting at 2 and 3, but they've got the advantage over Tampa Bay and New York. Win here pushes them back up to 500, and they're going to start to solidify that playoff position. So 3rd and 5 from the 15. See what the DC offense can do. Jones back to throw. And he's got a man, he's going to miss it. Eli Rogers was open. Cardell Jones can't make the throw. That's going to bring up 4th and 5 for the defenders. Rogers ran a good route. He was open. Would have been past the sticks. But Jones still hasn't gotten back into a groove since the game against Tampa Bay in week 4. So Ty Raza out for the 32-yard field goal attempt. His kick is up, and it is good. DC 10-0 to start the football game. They've got to like where they are. In a must-win scenario, they are performing very well so far. Larry Jones, he's had it pretty rough. See what he can do. Down 10-0. Bob Stoops has got to be pretty disappointed with his Renegades because coming into the season, they were looking like potential favorites to win the whole thing. Up there with St. Louis, LA, and Houston, but they have been at the bottom of the power rankings pretty much every single week. Austin Walter back there to return it. And the kick is away. Walter will take it out of the end zone. And a decent return. He's got some room. Past the 25 up to the 27. So decent starting field position here for the Renegades. And you're down 10-0, but 9 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the 2nd quarter. So you've got plenty of time. I'd expect Landry Jones to start trying to get some of those bigger targets involved. Donald Parham hasn't had a target yet. He's got 367 yards through 5 weeks. So definitely he's going to be a big part of this offense today. And Jeff Badette, he was fantastic with Jones in week 1. They had 2 touchdowns. They couldn't hold on to that lead against St. Louis, and after that it's been all downhill. 1st and 10 from the 27. Andrew Jones. Cameron Payne gets rocked. That play goes absolutely nowhere as Thurman makes the tackle in the backfield. Bromley also in on it. He just came in completely unblocked. He read that all the way. It's going to be 2nd and 13 for the Renegades. And Artis Payne going to get the carry again. I don't know exactly what Stoops is trying to do here. I know it's important to establish a running game, but the running game's been terrible all game. Why not open it up a little bit, let Landry Jones start throwing the football? And now Jones is stuck in a 3rd and 12 situation, so a lot of pressure on him when there shouldn't be. 3rd and 12. Jones back to throw. He's going to look deep, and that is incomplete. Looking for Cameron Payne, but the defenders come up big on defense to force the incompletion. Honestly, he put the ball where he had to. Just a better play made by the DC defense. It's going to bring up a 4th and 12, so after the decent starting field position, Drew Gallett has to come out for the 3rd time in a row. And this is the story of the Renegades season. They just haven't been able to get anything done on offense. Rashad Ross on the return, and he's got some room. Turns the corner and up to the 45-yard line. And again, great starting field position for the defenders' offense. After getting blown out 30-0 at home, this is exactly what the defenders needed to do. Come out, get into a dominant position here at home in a must-win game. Because next week they're going to be playing Houston. They're going to have to play St. Louis again. So getting a win here is really, really important for DC. Cardell Jones back to throw across the middle, and that is almost intercepted. Deron Smith had a chance at it, and Dallas is really going to regret that one. That could have been big for the Renegades. Cardell Jones, he's thrown 6 touchdowns through 5 weeks, but he's also thrown 3 interceptions. He hasn't been great the last couple of weeks. We'll see if he can get something going today. Pumphrey on the ground, and that time he'll be bottled up. Good tackle made by Frank Alexander. He's going to lose 4 yards on the play. He's going to bring up 3rd and 14. So Renegades defense may be finally starting to come up with some sort of game plan there to stop that run. Whether or not that's the case, great play by Winston Craig and that defense. Now puts Cardell Jones in a tough position at 3rd and 14. See what Pep Hamilton decides to call here. Jones has been very inefficient so far with the football. Back to throw. Dallas brings the blitz. Jones has plenty of time across the middle. That's complete. He hits Pumphrey out of the backfield, but that's not going to be enough for a 1st down. 10 yards on the gain, and DC is going to have to bring out the punt unit. So Jones finally gets a completion, but it's not enough for a 1st. Good job by Dallas's defense, stepping up and making a stand when their team really needed it. Going down 17-0 there, even 13-0 would be a little bit hard to come back from. Dallas, if they march down and score a touchdown, they'll be in decent shape. So Hunter Niswander now to punt it away. The Dallas special teams, you've got to watch out for them too. Last week against New York, they had a blocked punt and a blocked field goal. But right there, DC special teams makes a great play. Niswander, perfect punt. Pins Dallas inside their own 10 at the 7. So looking at Cameron Sardis Payne, 7 runs, 8 yards. Move away from the run game. If you're Bob Stoops, start mixing things up. Landry Jones, he's got a lot of weapons. Jazz Ferguson, Crockett, Jeff Badette. Get these guys in action. First and 10 for the Renegades coming up from their own 7-yard line. Can their offense finally get something going? And they're going to go back to the rushing attack, which has been non-existent. Gain of maybe 1 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9. Again, we were just talking about how Dallas needs to get their passing game going. I don't know why you go back to the run. 8 rushes for only 9 yards. It's not working. Gotta start trying to step up the passing game. Jones is a good arm. Gets into a groove, they can make some big plays. 2nd and 9. Off play action. Jones is going to take it himself. It's going to be a gain of about 7. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1. So interesting play call. Landry Jones, not your typical RPO runner, but picks up 7 yards there. If he was faster, he definitely would have had a first down. 3rd and 1. Big 3rd and 1 for the Renegades. They need to get this first down right now. From their own 16. Payne gets the carry, and he is met right away. Desmond Lawrence. What a stop in the backfield. That's a loss of 4. He read that all the way from the cornerback position. That went absolutely nowhere. Dallas fails to pick up a first down once again. So DC will be getting the football back with a 10-0 lead. This defender's defense, which struggled last week against St. Louis, making some great plays. Drew Gallup has to punt it away for the 4th time. Rashad Ross on the return. He's going to get bottled up at about the 40, call it the 41. So this defender's offense coming back out onto the football field. See if Cardell Jones can finally get something going, because yes, they have a 10-0 lead. Their offense has been great from the perspective of rushing the football, but passing, Cardell Jones has been, again, he's been inefficient, which has been the trend that we've been seeing more recently from him. So we'll see if he can turn that around on this drive. Under 5 minutes to play in the 2nd quarter, and he's got under 20 yards passing. 1st and 10 from the 41. Donnell Pumphrey. Decent hole. It's a gain of about 4. That's going to set up 2nd and 6 for the defenders. 2nd and 6. I'd like to see Cardell Jones hit someone across the middle. Make a good throw. Get himself into a groove, because he's had it rough these last couple of weeks. 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Pressure in his face. Looking to dump it off to Pumphrey, but can't find him. That's going to bring up 3rd and 6. Under pressure, Jones just seems to falter. That's the 2nd time that's happened today. Missed the mark. 3rd and 6 coming up. From their own 45, can they pick up a big first down? Jones back to throw. Dallas brings the blitz, and that is another errant throw from Cardell Jones. It's going to bring up 4th and 6. Well covered by Dallas, but still Jones misses the mark. Brings up 4th and 6. Looks like he had DeAndre Tompkins going across the middle there. It's a shame they couldn't hook up. So Hunter Niswander now has to punt it away again for DC. He had a great punt the last time. See what he can do this time. Too much leg on that one. Dallas will be getting it from their own 20. So the Renegades, even though their offense has been practically non-existent, they're only down 10-0. They get the football, and they're going to get it for half. They're in decent shape. They march down, even if they score a field goal, something to get on the board and give them something to build off of. See what Landry Jones can do. I'd like to see Stoops call a passing play here on 1st down. because Cameron Artis-Payne has just not been able to find anything. But there, he's going to get the ball. Makes a nice move, but only a gain of 2. And again, I don't know why Stoops is sticking with the ground game right now. It's not working. Let Landry Jones throw on 1st or 2nd down instead of having to wait till 3rd and 12 to throw the football. Second and 8 from the 22. Jones in the pocket, back to throw, and that is dropped. Looking for Jazz Ferguson across the middle. Messi from the Renegades offense. Ferguson had a big catch earlier in the game, but that's a drop that you can't have. That's an easy 4 or 5 yards across the middle. Possible 1st down. Now you're backed up at 3rd and 8. Jones looking across the middle, and that's complete. Donald Parham with the catch, and that's a gain of 19 up to the 42. Finally, they find the big man. It was a matter of time before Parham got a reception, and there he is making a big catch on 3rd down. He has been all over the field for Dallas this entire season, and it's a shame that he's stuck on a winless team because he's a very effective threat. He's 6'8". The guy is a living giant. 1st and 10 coming up for the Renegades from their own 42. Jones going to give it to Payne, and Artis-Payne nowhere to go. It's a gain of 1, sets up 2nd and 9 for the Renegades. We're getting closer to 2-minute warning, and again, I don't understand why they're sticking with the run game. Jones had just made a big completion, and now it is a 2-minute warning, and you're set up with a 2nd and 9 still in your own territory. So, not the best play call there by Stoops. 2nd and 8 from their own 43. Let's see what Landry Jones can come up with. Back to throw. DC brings the blitz, and that is caught. Jeff Badette stays on his feet. Big gain for Dallas all the way inside the 30 down to the 28. And finally, this Renegades offense starting to look alive. And you wonder where that's been all game, and for that matter, all season. Jeff Badette, nice job, gets open. Landry Jones puts it out there for him, and great gain on the play. 29 yards. The Renegades offense in business late in the 2nd quarter.
Come on, set. Stick the outlaw. Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
1st and 10 from the defenders, 28. Time is on their side. Jones back to throw. He's got time, and that is complete. Donald Parham, can he get to the sticks? Down inside the 5. Parham with a huge reception, and now 1st and goal from the 2. Renegades coming alive with Landry Jones. Across the middle, touchdown. Donald Parham. Who else? The big tight end. 3 catches on that drive, and Dallas is going to make it a 1-score game. He's unstoppable going across the middle. With his frame, Jones just puts it up there for him, and he makes the catch. And that is a fantastic drive from the Renegades. It's been a while since we've seen their offense do anything like that. Great plays, and Landry Jones gets the job done. Austin McGinnis on for the extra point. And it's 10-7. We have a ball game in DC. 1:35 to go in the 1st half. 7 plays, 80 yards, and again, it's about time they got away from the run and went to the passing game. Landry Jones, when he gets into a groove, he can be one of the best in the league. And yes, he didn't play great through the first 3 weeks, but still, he gets going, he can be very dangerous. Austin McGinnis getting ready to kick this one away. 10-7 here in DC. Holloman back to receive for the defenders. Holloman decides to take it out of the end zone. And he's going to be blasted at the 20. Called 21. So that's where DC will start with the football. They have both their timeouts. A minute 33 to go. We'll see if this offense can come up with something. But Cardell Jones struggled last week, and this week he's continuing to struggle. See if he can finally break out of the funk. Get something going here for this offense. DC, they really need to hold on to this lead and win this football game, because if they drop to 2-4, they'll still be in second place in the XFL East, but it leaves the door wide open for Tampa Bay and New York. 1st and 10 from their own 21. Jones back to throw, and that is going to be caught. Rashad Ross on the grab. That brings up 2nd and 5. It's a decent completion there on 1st down. Try to get Jones going, but time is ticking. Down to a minute 15. Not much time. They're on their own 25. 2nd and 5 from the 25. Jones, he's going to go deep across the middle. That's complete. Big gain on the play. DeAndre Tompkins. And Tompkins, he has been a threat all year long. Led the league in receiving through the first few weeks, and he comes up with a big reception there. And now this DC offense starting to get into a groove. Wide open across the middle. All the way up to the 49. Gain of 23 on the play. And DC going to use timeout. 10-7 late in the second quarter. DC's got it midfield. They're looking to add on to that lead. Jones off play action. In trouble, and he's going to go down. Frank Alexander with the sack. And the Renegades defense steps up and makes a play to try to put an end to this drive. Not sure why you go with play action there when it's pretty obvious it's going to be a passing situation. And Frank Alexander gets right through that line. 6-yard loss. 2nd and 16 coming up for the defenders from their own 43. Jones back to throw. Dallas brings a blitz. He's going to try to dump it off, and that's not a good throw. Also, Pumphrey didn't give him much to work with, and now 3rd and 16 from their own 43. After what looked like a great drive, now they're backed up with not much time and only one timeout. See what Jones can do here in a big 3rd and 16 situation. And Pumphrey's going to get the carry, and that's only gain of about 3. So now Dallas uses a timeout. Interesting call by Dallas. They only going to have about 20 seconds, but they're going to try to do something with it, and I'm impressed. Niswander to punt it away. And that one goes a little bit too far, so Dallas going to get the ball of their own 20 with one timeout remaining. Maybe Jones is going to try to air it out deep and get in the field goal range at least, but Dallas is getting the ball for the second half, so you don't want to do anything too risky right now because you have momentum. Don't want to lose it. And Dallas, again, they're 0-5. Every other team in the XFL West is above 500 on the season, so playoff hopes almost gone. But still, come up with a win here, who knows? They might get on a roll. 1st and 10 from the 20. You're just going to run it? Artis Payne gets blasted in the backfield, so timeout really good for nothing there. This time is probably going to expire here in the first half. Barnes and Elijah Quall in there for the stop as we are ticking down final seconds of the first half. And that'll do it. Great ball game here in DC so far. The defenders with a 10-7 lead. See if the Renegades can get something going here in the second half. They have the momentum right now. See if it can carry over. We'll be right back. And we welcome you back to DC, where the hometown defenders have a 10-7 lead over the visiting Renegades. And again, this game, honestly, a must-win for both teams. More so for DC because they're really in the thick of a playoff race in the XFL East. Dallas, they're 0-5, but still, a win here, they get onto a roll, they still have a chance. You never want to count yourselves out. So we'll see what the Renegades have in store here. They'll be getting the football for the second half. And that last drive was excellent. 7 plays, 80 yards. They finally started to use their big targets. Jeff Badette, Donald Parham, and Landry Jones came alive. We'll see if he can keep it up. Ty Raza to kick off the second half for the DC defenders. Austin Walters on the return. Decent gain up to the 24, and that's where the Renegades will start with the football. This Renegades offense, they've struggled. They struggled for most of the first half, but that final drive, with the exception of the quick run there at the end, it was great. Let's see if they can do that again. Even a field goal here ties up the ball game. And after being outplayed for the most part, they're right in the heat of this game. 1st and 10 from their own 24. Jones to throw. They bring the blitz, and that's caught. Donald Parham again. And that's a Renegade first down, up to the 35. And we knew that somewhere along the way he was going to get involved in this ball game. And since, over the last couple drives, he's been huge. He had a couple big receptions and a touchdown on the last drive. He's making a mark on this defender's defense. First and 10 coming up from their own 35.
70, Indy.
See what the play call list here from Stoops. Jones back to throw again on first down. Across the middle, that's caught. Crockett on the reception. That's a pickup of about 17 yards. And the Renegades offense is in business. Jones finds his wide open man. The Renegades getting into a rhythm here when they had to. First and 10 from the DC 48. Jones back to throw. Across the middle, that's complete. Jeff Badette on the reception. And that is a big first down for Dallas. All the way down to the 33. These guys finally getting involved in the passing game. And Bob Stoops looking pretty dang happy on the sidelines. Badette wide open. This defender's defense starting to have a hard time covering these receivers. And this is what happens. This is what we've thought that the Renegades offense could do all year long. Joshua Crockett, Jazz Ferguson, Jeff Badette, they have a lot of targets there on the offense. DC brings the blitz, and that's going to be caught. Flynn Nagel on the reception. Gain of 6, down to the 28. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Renegades. So after that touchdown drive, momentum has certainly seemed to shift for the Renegades. See what the play call is here. 2nd and 4. Off play action. Jones in trouble is going to get it away, and that's caught by Artis Payne. Maybe a gain of 1. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4 from the 28. So a big third down here for Dallas. DC is going to have to hope that they can hold them, make it a tie game, and do something on offense. 3rd and 4. Jones looking pretty comfortable back there. DC brings the blitz again. Across the middle, that's complete. Jeff Badette all the way down to the 10-yard line. And this Renegades offense, they are cooking in DC. Badette, another great route from him. Jones puts the ball on the money, and he gets all the way down to the 10. First and 10 from the defender's 10-yard line. Basically first and goal. Off play action. DC brings the blitz to the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas Renegades. Jeff Badette on the reception. And the Renegades offense. Couple of huge drives in a row. Jones finds a wide open Badette in stride. And this is finally starting to look like the week 1 offense that we saw. Jeff Badette has his first touchdown since week 1 against St. Louis. He had 2 of them. Here in week 6 against DC, finally gets the end zone again. Dallas with a 13-10 lead, going to be 14 most likely after this extra point from McGinnis. Almost blocked, but it is up and it is good. And the Renegades, they're on a roll. 2 touchdowns, 14-10 lead. That drive, 7 plays, 76 yards, and a score. And Landry Jones coming alive. And who knows, maybe the second half of the season is going to be the one that gets the Renegades to the playoffs. You never know. I mean, Houston's sitting at 5-1. They're going to be pretty much uncatchable. LA, they're 4-1. Big game against Seattle, who's 3-2. Honestly, I guess DC's going to have to hope that Seattle wins that game, so both of them are 4-2 and a little bit more reachable. We'll see. McGinnis on to kick it away, and DC, their offense has been stagnant since the first couple of drives. See what they can do here. Holloman on the return. He's going to bring it up to the 25-yard line, and that's where DC will start with the football. See what they can do on the first drive of this second half. But again, Cardell Jones, he has failed to get much going through the air. Donnell Pumphrey, he's done a heck of a job on the ground, but he cannot carry a team alone. It's up to Cardell Jones to start making some big plays. First and 10 from their own 25. Jones is going to give it to Pumphrey, and that's a big hole for Donnell Pumphrey, fighting his way past the 30 up to the 33. That's a good way to start the drive. A gain of about 7 is going to bring up 2nd and 3. Those are types of runs that really help your offense get back into some sort of rhythm. Now on 2nd and 3, you have more options, and I expect to see Jones to try to pick up a short gain here, get him a first down. And they're going to go back to Pumphrey, up the middle, and that's a first down. DC, 2 plays and a first down, and Donnell Pumphrey doing what he's been doing all game long, up to the 37. This Renegade defense has had pretty much 0 answers for Donnell Pumphrey. But he's going to need some help from Jones if he wants to continue having an effective game. In motion, gotta get the play off quick, and they won't. That's going to be a delay of game. Offense. And as a quarterback, that's on you. You motion a player with 2 seconds left on the game clock. You can't do that. And now after a nice first down, they're going to be stuck at 1st and 15. The defenders definitely have lost their mojo since the first quarter. Can Cardell Jones step up and start making some plays for this offense? First and 15 from their own 32 after the penalty. Jones, off play action. He's going to take it himself. And he's got some room up to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 8. He's going to bring up 2nd and 7. So not a bad play call. They get all of it back and then some. So 2nd and 7 coming up. See what Hamilton does here with the play call. The defenders have been inconsistent all season. This time they've been inconsistent during the game itself. See what they can do here. Pumphrey gets the give, and he is met in the backfield right away. Great tackle. Deron Smith from the safety position comes in on the blitz. That's a loss of 2. It's going to set up 3rd and 9. The defenders' offense, they're in trouble right now. 3rd and 9. They've got to do something. Third and 9 from the 37. Off play action. Jones under pressure. He's going to get it off, and that's complete. Big gain across the middle. That's Eli Rogers. 28 yards on the reception. And that's going to be all the way down to the Renegades 35. Finally, something big in the passing game for DC. And that should put him back in business on offense. Eli Rogers, his first catch of the day. Rogers, he is a stud. He's been exceptional when he gets the football, and he shows it off again there. See if that throw can at least help Jones get into a rhythm here. 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. And they're going to screen it out to Rogers, and that is blown up. Josh Hawkins reads that one, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 11 from the Dallas 36. No one there to block. Looks like Tompkins missed the block, and Hawkins gets easy access on the tackle. 2nd and 11 coming up for the defenders. Jones is going to give it to Pumphrey, and he is going to go nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 38. Winston Craig, his 2nd tackle for loss of the day. And this Renegades defense shutting down the run game for the past couple plays. So another big 3rd down. Now it's 3rd and 13 at the 38. This would be a long field goal for Ty Raza, so they're going to want to at least get a few yards here, ultimately get a 1st down. Jones on 3rd and 13, looking across the middle. That's complete. Kari Lee with his first catch of the day, and that's another big 1st down for the defenders' offense. All the way down to the 22. Kari Lee, he has been one of the best tight ends in the league, and he shows it off there with big reception. He gets wide open for the completion. DC back in business. They're down 14-10. They need a score, and that's really going to help them out. 1st and 10 coming up from the Renegades 22. Jones back to throw. He's going to dump it off in the flat to Pumphrey. He's met right away. Not going to gain anything on the play. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. We've got a great football game. Renegades with a 14-10 lead. Second and 10 from the 22. Jones, he's going to give it to Pumphrey, and he's going to get met right at the line. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 for the defender. So another big 3rd down scenario. They've converted on their last 2 3rd downs in a row. Ken Cordell Jones and the defenders do it again. 3rd and 9. Jones back to throw. Heavy blitz from Dallas. He's got to get rid of the football. He will. It is up and just incomplete. Looking for Rashad Ross. Knocked away by Josh Hawkins. That's going to bring up 4th and 9. DC's going to have to send out the field goal unit. Jones had a lot of time. Rashad Ross just couldn't hang on. Hawkins gets his hand in there. Makes a nice play on the football. Fourth and 9. Tyraza inevitably coming out for the 39-yard field goal to make it a 1-point game. His kick is up, almost blocked, but it is good. And DC makes it 1 point. Renegades still hold a 14-13 lead. We got 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. It's been one heck of a ball game here in DC so far. Both teams making some big plays on offense and defense. See if the Renegades offense can keep rolling here. They've had 2 fantastic drives after punting for the first 4. See if Landry Jones can keep it up. And again, they finally got away from that run game, and after that, they've got 2 touchdowns. So letting Landry Jones throw the football has really helped out his offense. DC will kick it away, and Walter will kneel in the end zone. So Dallas gonna get it from their own 25. They still hold a 1-point lead, and Landry Jones, he's had a great game. 12 for 16, 169 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Definitely his best game of the season. He missed weeks 4 and 5 because they benched him, but he's looking great here in week 6. See if he can keep it up here on this drive. First and 10 coming up for the Renegades from their own 25-yard line. Jones back to throw, looking across the middle, that's complete. Good catch. Joshua Crockett on the reception. He's going to bring up 2nd and 2 from their own 33. And what did we say? You get away from those first down runs, let Landry Jones throw the football, and this offense does a lot better. 2nd and 2 coming up. Off play action, Jones. He's got a lot of time. Gonna have to dump it off underneath, and that's knocked away. Looking for Sean Price. Good play by the defenders, and we have come to the end of the third quarter. The Dallas Renegades with a 14-13 lead over the hometown DC defenders. This is gonna be a good fourth quarter. 3rd and 2 coming up now for the Renegades from their own 33, and right now this game could go either way, and that's what you like to see. 3rd and 2. What is Bob Stoops going to call here? Jones sends that Artis Payne out. Motion. 3rd and 2. Jones back to throw. He's going to look deep. Cameron Artis Payne, that's overthrown. So interesting play call. Jones wanted to take a deep shot. They're not going to get it. And that's going to have to set up a punt. So this Renegades offense looking pretty good the last couple drives. Here they stall out. Not sure why you take a shot there on 3rd and 2. I guess Jones saw something in the defense, but they can't hook up. Drew Gallus to punt away for the 5th time today. Gets it away, and a lot of leg on this one. Rashad Ross takes it, and that looks like it's going to be a face mask on the tackle.
Face mask. Defense.
And it is, and that is not what you want to do. Deshaun Phillips gets called with the face mask, and now DC, instead of being at their own 16, they get it on their own 31. So Dallas, couple bad plays in a row, and now DC get the sense that they're getting a little bit of that momentum back. If Cardell Jones can finally get this offense a touchdown. After that 71-yard run on their first drive, they've been pretty flat. 1st and 10 from their own 31. Jones back to throw. Looks across the middle, that's complete. Got his man, Rashad Ross. Does he have enough for a first down? No. It's going to be 2nd and inches. That's a good play to start off the drive. Get Jones into a rhythm. starting to look better than he did in the first half, that's for sure. 2nd and inches coming up from their own 41, and DC right now has got to like where they are because they're gaining momentum. They got the football with 9 minutes left. Off play action, Jones. He's gonna go deep, and that's caught. Kyrie Lee with his 2nd catch of the day, and that is a big first down all the way to the Renegades 44. Cardell Jones, perfect throw. And this DC offense getting back into a groove when they need to. First and 10 coming up from Dallas's 44 for Cardell Jones and this offense. Jones finally making the throws that he's needed to make all game long. Jones back to throw. He's got a lot of time, but he's gonna stay on his feet. Unbelievable. Gets it away to Donnell Pumphrey, makes a move. Up to the 40. How in the world did he stay on his feet? It looked like Tony Garrard had him down and out, but Jones spins away from it. It makes a heck of a play. So now 2nd and 5 coming up from the Renegades 40. Jones back to throw. He's got a lot of time. He's going deep, and he just misses his mark. He had Rashad Ross wide open across the middle. That would have been a touchdown. Jones misses the mark. And that's a tough one for DC. That would have given them a touchdown lead with 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. So 3rd and 5, big 3rd and 5 coming up. And Humphrey gets the carry. Can he get to the sticks? It's going to be awfully close. He cannot. 4th and inches. Scales on the tackle. Just barely can't get to the sticks. And now really interesting to see what DC calls here. 4th and inches on Dallas's 35. Probably expect to see Ty Raza come out for a 52-yard field goal, which he will, but what a stop by Dallas's defense. And it's a shame Jones missed that big throw for a touchdown. Ty Raza for a 52-yard field goal. Can he give them the lead? It's up, and it is good. Barely enough leg, but Raza gets it done, and DC gets the lead back. 16-14. What a kick. Raza straight down the middle. The defenders with a 16-14 lead with 7.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. This has been a pretty exciting game. Even though those two teams have been inefficient throughout the season, we're getting some good football today. Raza sends it away, and Walters will take it from about the 4. Decent return up to the 26, and that's where the Renegades will get the football. So Larry Jones, he's played a really good football game. Definitely the best game of the season for him so far. They were down 10-0 and came back, took a 14-10 lead. We'll see. Right now, 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Can this offense march down and take the lead back? First and 10 from their own 26. This is a massive drive for the Renegades. Jones, back to throw. He's going to air it out, and that is knocked up and incomplete. Looking for Artis Payne, but he can't hang on. Great play made by DC's defense, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 26. I like the play call there. Almost got it done, but DC makes a better play on defense. Brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Renegades. Landry Jones back to throw. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Jameer Thurman on the blitz, and that's a loss of 8. And the Renegades now in trouble with a 3rd and 18 coming up. Thurman just gets right around that edge, completely unblocked, and blindsides Jones. What a play, this DC defense. They were having a tough time the last couple drives, but they are stepping up now. 3rd and 18. From their own 18, can the Renegades get a big 3rd down conversion?
Come on, set.
3rd and 18. This might decide the football game. Jones back to throw. Under pressure. Looking across the middle. That's complete. And makes a move. Jeff Badette picks up the 1st down. Unbelievable. What a play by the Renegades offense. Badette, he has been incredible all game. Jones throwing the money, and then Badette makes the move to pick up the 1st down. What a play. Look at this move by Badette on Tyree Kittle. Breaks his ankles. Picks up the 1st down. 1st and 10 from their own 38. And now the Renegades offense.
Down. Stick the outlaw.
They're in business. A little over 6 minutes to play. See if they can march down and score. Jones back to throw. He's got plenty of time. In trouble. Knocked away. Jameer Thurman on the stop. Break that pass up. Lots of plays being made by both sides, and gotta say, both these teams playing some of the best football that they've played all season long. 2nd and 10 for Jones from the 38. Across the middle, and that is knocked away. Dangerous throw. Kittle almost had a shot at a pick there. It's going to make it 3rd and 10, so another big 3rd down for the Renegades. Can they make it happen once again?
Go now. 94.
3rd and 10 from the 38. Jones back to throw. And that is incomplete. Looking for Ferguson. Misses the mark. And Dallas cannot convert when they need to. Ferguson looked like just a little bit slow at that break, and honestly, that pass was pretty much straight to Desmond Lawrence. He could have had a pick there. Decides to just knock it away. Brings up 4th and 10. Renegades going to have to punt. Gallett's on to punt it away again for the Renegades. So disappointing. The last couple drives, even though they had a punt, they were looking pretty good. Can the special teams make a play? No, they can't. That ball will roll into the end zone. So here come the defenders. Donnell Pumphrey opened up the game with a lot of incredible runs. Since then, Dallas has done a good job of shutting him down. We'll see what he can do here. DC, 5 minutes, 50 seconds to go. You got a 2-point lead. Definitely, you have to march down, you have to score. Put this game away. Put it on ice. Because Dallas easily in striking range still. Big 1st down coming up for the defenders. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Pumphrey on the give. Makes a move. He's got a hole. Nice moves by Donnell Pumphrey. All the way up to 28. That's a gain of 8 on the play. It's going to set up 2nd and 2. Pumphrey, he's easily one of the best, if not the best, back in the league. He has been incredible the last few weeks. 2nd and 2. Jones back to throw. Dallas brings a blitz, and that is knocked away. Nice play by Frank Alexander. Gets a hand in there. So a big 3rd and 2 now for DC. If Dallas gets the ball back, they have plenty of time to march down and score. See what Pep Hamilton calls here on 3rd and 2. Jones is going to give it to Pumphrey, who gets stuffed right away. What a play made by Asante Brown. Actually, Greer Martini, excuse me. 4th and 5 coming up for DC. So Pumphrey gets the ball, and Dallas. What a play by Martini. He reads that all the way. He is a phenomenal linebacker. And he makes a huge play there for Dallas. So now Hunter Niswander are going to have to come on to punt it away for DC. 4.5 minutes to play. And he will punt it away. Jeff Badette, actually Flynn Nagel, excuse me, back to receive. Decent return all the way up to the 35. So Dallas, they have great starting field position now. See what they can come up with. Landry Jones, 14 for 24, 198 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's had a few drops, had a few bad throws, especially on that last drive. He missed a couple guys. We'll see what he can do here in this pressure-filled situation. His team's down 16-14, but all they need is a field goal. They can lock this game up, depending on how much time's left. So 1st and 10 from their own 35. What do the Renegades have in store? 1st and 10. Jones back to throw. He's got plenty of time. Gonna let it fly and misses the mark. Looking for Flynn Nagel. It's gonna be incomplete. Last couple of throws from Jones have not been great. We'll see if he can settle down and get back into a rhythm, because he was looking really good there in the middle of the ball game. A lot of excitement here in DC. 2nd and 10. Jones, a throw across the middle. Nez, what a hit. Wow. Scooby Wright blasted that receiver, and it's 3rd and 10. Jones with the good throw, but man, he got rocked. 3rd and 10. Another big 3rd down for the Renegades. Jones back to throw. DC brings a blitz. He's got time. He's going to let it dump it off underneath, and it's dropped. Artist Payne right in the numbers. Wow. After all that time, I'm surprised he still decided to dump it off underneath, but regardless, Artist Payne has got to make that catch. Could have at least gotten a few of those yards, and now Dallas in a tough 4th and 10 situation. They're going to have to punt it away again and hope their defense can come up with another stop. And that really hurts, because this offense looked like they finally found something positive, and they have not been able to get going. We're also on the return up to the 30. So now DC, everything on this offense now to try to run out this clock. Maybe get another score while they're at it to put it away. It'll be interesting to see what Pep Hamilton calls here, because there's still pretty much 4 minutes left, so you're not at the position yet where you can just run out the clock. You're going to have to pass it at least a couple times. First and 10 from the 30. Jones back to throw. He's going to dump it underneath. That's Pumphrey. It's a gain of 2. It's going to set up 2nd and 8 from their own 32. So honestly, that's great for the Renegades. Only 2 yards gained on the play, and the clock was stopped. 2nd and 8 coming up for the defenders. Can't ask for a more exciting ending to a game. DC 2-point lead. They're going to screen it out to Rogers, who makes a move. Eli Rogers. Actually, DeAndre Tompkins. What a play. Tompkins. Big time move to pick up a 1st down all the way to the 48. Looked like Dallas had a shot at him there in the backfield, but he makes one heck of a move on Josh Hawkins, one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Huge play for DC. They've got a 1st down up at the 48. DC's offense making some plays when they need to. Jones back to throw. He's got plenty of time. He's going to dump it off across the middle. That's complete to Kyrie Lee. 2nd and 7 coming up from Dallas's 48. Down to about 3.5 minutes. Starting to get to crunch time for the Renegades. They need to make a stop, and they need to make it fast. Second and 7. Jones, off play action, heavy blitz. He's going to go deep. He's got a man. That's caught. Rashad Ross. Touchdown. DC defenders. 48 yards. And that might just do it. Unbelievable grab What a throw from Jones. Puts it perfectly in front of Ross. He burned Josh Hawkins. And that is a huge touchdown for the DC defenders. Late in the ball game, this offense finally gets another touchdown. Cardell Jones. Huge play. And Ty Raza now really needs to knock through this extra point to make it a 2-score game. It's up, and it is good. And DC with a 23-14 lead. So they opened up the game with a 10-0 lead. Then Dallas had a 14-point run, takes a 14-10 lead. And now DC 13 unanswered points. And that's how you get your team back on track. 23-14 lead. Dallas is going to need a miracle to get back into this one. Austin Walters back to receive for the Renegades, and this is going to be a tough one for Dallas. Looks like they finally have something going to get their first win of the season. Walters going to take it from about the 5, and he's got a decent return up to the 29. Landry Jones and his offense needs to work very quickly. They still have both timeouts. And he hasn't had a bad game, but the completion percentage is really going downhill. Since he was 12 for 16, he's only completed 2 passes. He's been 2 for 11 since then. So we'll see what Bob Stoops can come up with here. See if the Renegades still have a chance. 1st and 10. From their own 29. Jones back to throw. He's got time. He's going to look underneath. That's Donald Parham, and that's going to go nowhere. That's a loss of 2 on the play. Not the way Dallas wanted to start, and DC definitely controlling this ball game here in the 4th quarter. Not a good decision there by Jones. Lots of time being run off the clock, and I think Dallas is just starting to accept the fact that they're going to be 0-6. They've got to do something big very quickly. 2nd and 12 from their own 27 coming up, down to pretty much 2.5 minutes in the game. Now we're under that. 2nd and 12. Jones back to throw. Got plenty of time. He's going to air it out deep, and that is almost caught. Looking for Jazz Ferguson, but DC there to make the play. 3rd and 12 coming up for Dallas. What really hurt Dallas, to be honest, is early on in the game, all those running plays that were called, if they passed it earlier in the game, they would definitely have more points than they do right now. Jones, 3rd and 12. Huge play. He's going to let it fly, and that's going to be out of bounds, looking for Jeff Badette. Jones down to only 50% completion on the day. 4th and 12 coming up. Most likely the last play before the 2-minute warning, and possibly the last play for the Renegades offense if they can't convert. Really would have helped the Renegades if they could have held DC to a field goal on that last drive. 4th and 12. This is the ball game. Jones back to throw. And that is way overthrown. Must have been a miscommunication there. It's going to end up incomplete. Wow, what a turnaround for Cardell Jones since opening the game. Really great second half for him. And this DC offense. 1st and 10 from their own 27. Most likely the last play before the 2-minute warning. So Dallas is going to get a stop here and then 2 timeouts. But regardless, they're down by 2 scores. Pretty much over. Jones, off play action. He's going to throw the football. Got tons of time back there. Can he get it off? He will. And he's just going to throw it out of bounds. Very interesting there on the play call. DC, 23-14 lead with 2 minutes to play. The defenders have got to like where they are right now. They opened up with momentum. They let it go, but they're able to play through adversity and come back. They're going to come up with a big win here at home. Donnell Pumphrey gets the carry, and that's a gain of maybe 1 or 2, and Dallas going to call a timeout. 23-14. This is exactly what DC needed to get back on track. 3rd and 11 from the 27. Pumphrey going to get the call, and he's got a first down. Dallas going to have to blow another timeout. Pumphrey, what a run. This kid cannot be stopped tonight. No more timeouts for Dallas. All the way down to the 15. Pumphrey. Another big hole for him. He's down to the 8, and he's got 161 yards on the ground. 2nd and 3 coming up, and DC's just going to be able to run out the clock now. What a game for the defenders to get back on track. And again, looking at the XFL East, they're sitting at 2-3, but Tampa Bay's 2-4, New York's 1-5, and they beat both those teams. So a win here puts them to 3-3 and in great position in the XFL East. Pumphrey going to get the ball, and maybe a gain of 1 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 from the 7 as time continues to tick. Under a minute to play. DC letting it run down as Jones comes out in victory formation from the 7. And that'll most likely do it, as the DC Defenders going to be advancing to 3-3 on the season. Dallas, heartbreaking loss for them. They really played well today compared to the rest of the season for them. And is Roser going to kick a field goal? No, he's not. That is the ball game. The DC Defenders with a huge victory at home. They advance to 3-3 on the season, getting a big win, 23-14. The Renegades dropped to 0-6, another disappointing loss for them. Their season is officially over. And that'll do it here from DC. The Defenders show resiliency. Cardell Jones finally comes alive there. Huge 4th quarter for the Defenders as they come back and win it at home, 23-14. And that'll do it from DC. The Defenders. Big win for them at home. And that'll do it for us here at the XFL Simulated on EA Sports. Join us next game as the 4-1 Los Angeles Wildcats head to Seattle to take on the 3-2 Dragons. That's going to be a great divisional matchup. Until next time, this is James Larson with the XFL Simulated.